Hello, Esper's refit. What week is it now?
84.
Week 84.
101 things to do with your welding kit. Number 23. Light a Barbie.
Welcome to week 45 of Esper's refit, which began with a barbecue in the boatyard. Tony of Full Flight, a welder by trade, showed the kids how to light a Barbie properly.
It's Friday morning, and if you remember in last week's video update, Liz asked the question, can we take the tent down and put the masts up this week? Well, we've granted Liz's wish, and this afternoon, tent down, masts up.
Esper has been sitting under a tent for 10 months. Although the painting of the top sides and the deck were completed back in the summer, this was the first time we saw her hull in sunlight. With the help of the yard's small crane, the yard boys worked hard on a hot day to remove the tarps and the poles. The Moondust Allcraft paint job, which looked much paler under the tent, revealed itself to be the colour we had always imagined and hoped for. Esper is starting to look like a boat again. As the tent was removed, Jung, our stainless man, continued to work on the davits. Meanwhile, back at home, Millie wasn't getting any better from an illness she contracted some weeks ago. She is jaundiced, has lost half her body weight, can't eat and is lethargic. It was time to visit the vet for the results of a second blood test. He confirmed that she has a parasite in her blood and upped the antibiotics to a course of steroids. He also set up a saline drip to rehydrate her. The idea was to fill her with 200 mils, but despite the prodding and probing, Millie took it well and we managed to give her 500 mil.
When you're holding a cat, it's slow.
She cannot eat anything, drinking cannot.
Nothing.
Nothing.
She's not eating anything.
I thinkว่าshe's dehydration.
Yes.
Or cannot eat.
We're happy to report that although she's still jaundiced, she's responding well. We still have to feed her by syringe, but she's more animated and is a little happier.
So it's the afternoon, and in fact it's 3:10. The crane was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock. Of course this is Thailand, so they're never exactly on time, but over an hour late now. Not sure we're actually going to be able to get the masts in, because we've also sharing the crane with Brendan, who's taking his engine out and his fuel tanks out. So the crane operator's got quite a bit of work to do. Still, it's nice to see Esper in all her glory, finally.
With the tent down and the mast prepared, we waited for the crane to turn up. And we waited. And we waited. It's 3:45 and the crane has arrived, so an hour and 3/4 late. We are ready. Both our masts are down here. You can just pick that out. Odd lighting, difficult, so we're pretty much ready. Crane's ready, masts are ready, boat's ready. We just need some people now. When we took the mast down 10 months ago, the crane clipped the top and broke our wind indicator. So this time we didn't fit anything until after they went up. It was a sensible move since the top of the mast comes very close to the crane. With some assistance from Steve of Emerald Sea, Terry of Rome 2 and Alfred of Iron Horse, the sling was put in place and the main masts were slowly lifted. With electricians Sombat and Dean down below taking the cables, things seemed to be going well. Until we realised the wind indicator cable had come free and dropped down the mast into an untidy pile on the deck. It was a mistake we could have done without, and it meant Jamie had to go up the mast and feed a mouse down the small conduit to the bottom to take the cable back up. Unfortunately, this didn't go to plan. In order to avoid being hit on the head by the crane's hook, we ran an extra long line from the bosun's chair, putting the hook safely above Jamie's head. The problem with this was that the highest Jamie could reach was half a metre below the top of the mast, making it impossible to feed the mouse into the conduit. With Jamie cramping up, he came back down, and another plan was devised by Sombat, who went up the mast and used the VHF conduit instead. With the various delays and setbacks, we were working into the night with the mizzen still on the ground. The next morning the crane driver returned, and by 10 a.m. we had both the main and mizzen up, and one of our biggest headaches in Esper's refit was over.